Hey everybody, Aaron Riddell here, Editor-in-Chief of No Quarter Magazine. No Quarter 44 releases in September, and this issue is brimming with Iron Kingdom's content. As always, War Machine and Hordes take center stage in the magazine, but we've also added new articles focused on the Iron Kingdom's Fullmetal Fantasy role-playing game. That's right, No Quarter Magazine will be your primary source for RPG content, supporting the new game with adventures, monsters, and new material for players and game masters. However, the big article in this issue is a battle report between creative director Ed Burrell and director of business development Will Schick. Both return to the table for another epic showdown, and this time they've come loaded for bear with custom painted armies and Horde's newest heavy hitters, the Gargantuans. Still smarting from his recent loss to Will in No Quarter 42, Ed is looking for a little payback and a lot of carnage with his Crimson and Gold Circle of Hell army. He's aiming to smash Will's Trollkin to pieces beneath the two earth-shattering fists of his Woldwrath. To counter Ed's stony vengeance, Will plans to unleash a tidal wave of Trollkin trauma. His hulking Trollkin army, dubbed the Mean Green Machine, includes the towering might of a Mountain King in all its whelp-shedding splendor. Before we let our two combatants into the arena, we spoke to Ed and Will about their respective armies and how they plan to use their Gargantuans.
For this battle report, I chose to go with Mosar the Desert Walker as my warlock. In his battle group, obviously I was going to showcase the Woldwrath, and I decided to go with the Winter Argus, Gorax, a Warpwolf Stalker, and a Gnarlhorn Satyr to sort of back him up. On top of that, I added in a unit of Druids of Vorboros because they go great with the Woldwrath's Animus, Druid's Wrath, and I added the Druid Overseer to those guys. And then I went with 3 units of various Tharn. I've got a full unit of Wolf Riders, a full unit of Ravagers, and a unit of Bloodweavers.
For this battle, I brought Horlock Doomshaper, Rage of Dunia to back up the Mountain King. Mulg the Ancient came along for the ride, along with a Dire Troll Mauler and a Troll Axer. Creel Stone Bears and Stone Scribes, along with Creel Warriors, a full unit of them, along with 3 Caber Tossers, a full unit of Femblades with the UA, Troll Whelps, and a War Wagon to top it all off.
So my overall strategy was just to keep a very versatile army. That's pretty typical of how I build my armies. I want to be able to react to different circumstances, attack when I need to attack, be defensive when I need to be defensive. And so I was able to build this army sort of around that idea.
You know, the Woldwrath's a really scary customer, right? He's got high armor, super high health for a War Beast, has a great Animide that's going to only help Ed along with Mosar and his Druids. I want to make sure that the Mountain King, if it engages the Woldwrath, only does so on his own terms. And really, I'm going to go ahead and use everything that I've got to either slow that thing down or try to bring it down in one turn.
Mosar's Feat Disjunction is going to work really good against a hot-running Trollblood army. So when Will's got all of his War Beasts loaded up with Fury, I'm going to be able to lock that Fury onto them, and he's going to have to worry about making threshold checks and losing those guys for a turn. He's also going to be shorted on Fury for his Warlock, since he's not going to be able to leech it.
Knowing I was taking the Mountain King to this battle, there was one Warlock in Trollbloods that really stood out above all the other ones, and that was Horlock Doomshaper, specifically Rage of Dunia. Primal Shock with a Strength 15 War Beast to cast it off of is freaking amazing. Then throw in a Toon Spirit Dire Troll so that I can throw out those Dire Troll Animi from Mulg and the Mauler for free once a turn, and you've got yourself a real winner.
The thing about the Woldwrath in this game is that he's going to probably be viewed as the single biggest threat. And that's great, because he can really take some punishment, but he's actually not the only big threat. The Stalker is a huge and super fast threat, along with things like the Wolf Riders and Prey being able to take out key targets. So the Woldwrath is not just a giant threat, but he's also intentionally a very big target, a very big distraction for Will to focus on, while I come in from the side with other threats.
So the way this game ends in my mind is that the Mountain King tramples its way across a ton of Ed's troops, pounds the crap out of whatever Ed's put in front of his puny little human Warlock, and then screams with that deathly roar right at him and blasts him apart with some really rank-ass breath.
Schick, I'm gonna pound your little green trolls so hard that they're gonna run back under their bridge and realize that they're much better off harassing billy goats.
You may be a giant around the office, Burrell, but when I cut you down to size by dropping a mountain on your head, you're gonna be nothing but the little guy.
If you want to get all the details on Ed and Will's Gargantuan Grudge match, check out No Quarter 44, hitting shelves at your local game store in September. It's sure to be an all-out slugfest to the finish where no quarter is offered or given.